Looking through the lens, opinions of three friends. Looking through the lens, sometimes they don't make sense.
Good day, ladies and gents. Welcome back to another episode of Through the Lens, presented to you by the Unholy Trinity. And that's me, Sundude. On my far right, that's Mr. Zephyros.
Hello, boys and girls.
On my right,
Hi,
that
Zephyros.
is Jack. That is Patronusgold. And today, we're reviewing Coming to America.
To America specifically.
Yes,
You gotta
Coming
mention the to.
America.
Yeah.
Very funny. Now, this is the sequel to the 1988 film Coming to America, without the to. Not to get you guys confused or anything. It's gonna just cleaning some stuff up there. But yes. So, Coming to America. This film was recently released on March 4th, 2021 on Amazon. And yes, it is a comedy film. Reading the synopsis on IMDb. The African monarch Akeem learns he has a long-lost son in the United States and must return to America to meet this unexpected heir and build a relationship with his son. And it's funny because I'm looking at the scores on IMDb, and the original had a lower score than the...
The new one?
Wait, no. Critics gave it a lower score than the second one.
IMDb, do you mean Rotten Tomatoes?
The critic score from Metascore, but user opinion is that the second one is worse. And we'll dive into this. But first of all, we'll go through some of the credits. It was directed by Craig Brewer, produced by Kevin Misher and Eddie Murphy. Screenplay was by Kenya Barris, Barry W. Blaustein, and David Sheffield. Barry and David also wrote the story along with Justin Canu.
Eddie as well.
Yeah, that's right. And it stars Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, Jermaine Fowler, who we know from the opening act. Go watch that review if you haven't watched that already. Shameless plug. Leslie Jones, Tracy Morgan, Kiki Lane, James L. Jones, Wesley Snipes, and a bunch more people.
That's right.
So, shall we? Oh, do we want to talk about some of the cameos as well?
We can get to spoilers, right? Isn't that spoilers?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right, spoilers for the cameos then. So, initial impressions, what do you think?
Oh, for me, mate. I think you know where I'm gonna go with this one. To me, this is such a sequel, you know? The first movie, while not perfect, it was a charming movie with a lot of heart and some surprisingly nuanced comedy I found, and wonderful performances by everyone. This film, it's really surface level. You get all of the cast back, which is a good thing in my opinion. Though it's nostalgic, I guess. Like it's kind of playing with people in that way, but like I don't know. I don't mind that, honestly.
You know, they even mentioned this.
But my real problem, like, they do that. You know, they do that like thing where bad movies will be self-referential to try and deflect from the actual bad quality of the writing.
Yeah.
Deadpool talks about that in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Not Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Once Upon a Time in Deadpool. If you remember that one. Anyway, what was I trying to say? Okay, my point with this movie, I feel like they don't do any of the original characters justice. The story is just a retread of the first film, and I don't like any of the new characters, to be honest. And yeah, so I'll go into it more. But like that's my first impression. Yeah.
Cool.
Coolio, mate. I thought this one was funny. We got Sammy back. And yeah. Could be better.
Yeah. Kind of a disappointing sequel, which we'll get on to now. But I think we weren't lacking anything on the acting side of things. If we're talking about acting now,
Sure.
you can't say it was better or worse. They've all been pretty good. Yeah. Solid.
Yeah,
I
mate.
think the main draw. I mean the stuff I guess different from the first film are the new cast, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
Leslie
yeah.
Jones, Jermaine Fowler, Tracy Morgan, kids, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, to me, it's not that they're bad actors. Just I don't know. The direction of this movie is so off. Like the first film, to me, the comedy came when it's like it's not like over the top. It's not trying to be like goofy. Or whatever. It's like it's kind of satirical. Like you see just people that seem normal, but like to us is not normal. That's kind of where the humanized one I feel. This one, it's just a it's such like a modern comedy. It's just a lot of people screaming, yelling, etc. And I think that mainly lies with the new cast. I don't know. It might not be like their performance. It's just it might be just the direction. So I don't really know if it's. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
I know.
it's mostly because
They,
of
they
the writing in it. There's a bit of questionable moments, but I agree, man.
yeah.
Oh,
I was just gonna say I think they just brought down by the film itself, the writing and all that.
yeah. I'm surprised you guys agree with me on that one.
I don't know. I
It's not
didn't
as
notice
funny,
it, but
but
when
it
you
was
say
still
like yeah,
funny in that it's stupid, but it's funny.
Yeah.
well, since we're talking so much about the writing, might as well talk about that now, because the
Yeah.
writing in this film kind of brought most of everything else down.
But it was
Yeah.
alright. I mean,
Uh,
you can start, Checker.
let me know if you disagree, and then you can address that. But plot wise, I think the plot in this movie is kind of garbage. Some of them just go nowhere for the sake of comedy. Um, what's his name? Wesley Snipes playing like a. Give me a word.
Play who's Wesley Snipes?
Wesley Snipes playing like the rival. Need a better
Princey.
word for that. Like the
The
yeah,
the
he
rival
has a
beater.
storyline which is it's there. I like his acting actually. That's probably someone I should have mentioned. He's actually pretty
Yeah,
funny. But his storyline goes absolutely nowhere. Like the resolution to that is absolutely garbage. Um, you got stories with the daughter become the next leader of the country, right? You're gonna have to
Yeah.
remind me for what happened there, but I don't really remember. But that gets pushed aside, even though that kind of feels pretty important. But that kind of gets pushed aside for the main plot. And the main plot here's where my biggest problem lies. It's you got without spoiling anything. What can I say? All right. According to IMDb, it says that Keem learns that he has a long lost son in the United States and must return to America. Uh, First of all, it does seem like they're coming to America, but to be honest, they spend about maybe like 10 minutes in America. And instead, it's a reverse fish out of water scenario. So it's basically the first movie, but the opposite. That's the best way I can kind of describe it. Plot wise, they even have a lot of the same jokes, not just references, but like the same jokes. I can put that in spoiler zone if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I feel like it's too retready in terms of plot. Does anyone want to contest that? Expand on that? Agree with that?
I'd say my bit. Um, yeah, I agree a bit with the like. Yeah, the main plot doesn't really. It's kind of like what was the word? Like it's there for the sake of the plot, as in it doesn't really have a real purpose, even though it has a purpose. There's a better word for it, but I can't
Would
think
you
of it right now.
agree in saying that this film did not need to be made?
I guess it didn't because they didn't
It
have a good
was.
story. It was kind of it was a
Didn't have any
a
ideas. Why
recycled
did they
stuff.
do
Yeah,
it?
yeah. It was like I think
yeah.
it's like they decided we need a sequel, but like what should we do? I'll just redo the first movie. I'm like, okay. But this time it's backwards.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was still enjoyable, to me at least. Like it wasn't. I could still bear it, and it was still in. It wasn't bad, but it's questionable. You know?
I lost. You want to add to that, Sunman?
I feel like they they took the original film, it's an R-rated film, and they decided, you know what? Why don't we attract a larger audience, make it PG-13? But then
Oh
they were
yeah,
like,
that's yeah.
yeah, they took their R-rated audience and dragged it down to the comedy for like little kids instead of like a PG film. So I think they went a little overboard with the goofiness of the comedy in this movie. It lost its charm from the original.
That's a great observation, mate. I didn't actually
Oh
know.
yeah, they didn't
Yeah,
have
that's you're right
titties, mate.
actually.
No
Like
titties.
yeah, the original felt very like actually the best way to put it, this one feels much more, I guess, safe.
Safe for the kids.
Yeah.
Actually, I think in Australia would probably be M, just because of that one scene. But I don't know.
Which in
Yeah, on
titties.
IMDb it says PG-13.
Or that's the end in Australia, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
use that.
I
Um
just bent down.
I guess yeah, let's talk more about the comedy in the film. I do agree with you. It's not terrible. Like you can still have fun with it. There are actually some good jokes in the film, I think.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of not good ones. A lot of just
Quite a bit.
awkward moments. Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing, okay, example of why the characters are treated disrespectfully for the sake of comedy. Um, at least to me, in the original King Akeem, he's really wise actually. Like he's the kind of he gets the ridiculousness of like the situations that he's in,
Of the
and
monarch.
he's very observational and stuff. In this film, he's just goofy.
Okay.
Yeah. He-
I guess he is.
They took the title King Akim and then they made it. Ah, that sounds goofy. Ah, kids audience, right?
yes.
Well, it's the same name.
It's the same name. Oh no.
Okay.
Goofy. About 2 cents. Anything else for the writing?
Yeah. I don't think. I don't know, there's a lot of things I could go on about. Like, it's not terrible. Like, you can still have a fun time with it. There are good jokes in there, and it was nice seeing everyone again, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But they really do the characters just don't do justice to them. Like, Akeem is honestly pretty unlikable in this movie. Um,
Yeah.
his friend, what's his friend's name?
Semi.
Which
He's likable, but like they treat him like a dumbass.
Yeah, the king, the old king wants to
Like he's
kill
like
him,
a
bro.
complete yeah. Like what is this? Also, the love interest of the first film, which is it's important. The first film is actually classified as a romance, so the love story and stuff that was very important. She's hardly in this movie.
The
She's
queen.
just like she feels really pushed off to the side. Yeah,
Yeah, because she's not the main character.
but she should be one of the main characters after what happened in the last movie.
King Akeem is.
she's just become like a catalyst.
Well, yeah, which isn't how you should be treating beloved characters.
Yep.
You know?
Alright.
So yeah.
And I guess above all, it's to usher in like the new generation, right? The kids,
The
the younger
Zoomers,
ones.
mate.
But they're so fucking annoying. I'm sorry, but like I hated every. They're like, okay. If I thought King Akeem was goofy in this movie, they're like 10 times goofier. They're just like, I don't know,
The
just like,
kids.
and they make it like it's so. I don't know. It's gonna make it sound so old, but it's so modern. They like put all these like modern references and shit that come off. I don't know, just very cringy and awkward in the situations that they're in. Is that there's
Yeah,
some good there, but like a lot of the stuff there's just like your usual old people not understanding the young people cringe comedy.
that's true. That goes along with many modern movies that reference modern things.
Yeah.
Haha,
Yeah.
everybody's getting
Oh,
old. Haha,
emoji
funny.
movie. And we're getting old, mate. So like, fuck.
Yeah. Oh, you
We
get
don't
all the shit.
understand the kids, bro.
Hacking Zoomers.
But we're Zoomers, man.
Well, yeah. I feel like.
See, we're gonna find out Dio has a long lost son in America.
Maybe. But I hate America.
Oh. Ah, that's why you.
America.
That's why you abandoned your bastard son then.
How-
Yeah, probably.
All right, I think we've ranted on about writing long enough. We'll leave some space for spoilers.
Extended random spoilers.
Yes. All right. Cinematography.
He's
Okay.
alright.
Pretty good.
Fine. It's fine.
Fine. All right. Editing and visuals.
He's alright.
I would say the set
Oh,
pieces are like,
definitely. No, there's some really good visuals. De-aging.
The aging.
Oh.
Oh, for the semi.
Yeah, you probably didn't even notice it that much because
The
it's
semi.
actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
thought
then
they were
when they fuck the lady,
recorded.
is that spoiler?
Well,
Yes, might be. But
I
yeah,
don't know.
Jack froze.
That might be
Is he
spoilers.
back? He's back. Okay,
they can feel like the
I don't
kingdom.
know.
Oh shit! I froze.
you're
I was
back.
just saying it has a. You can tell it has a bigger. I'm back.
Yes.
I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Say you can tell it has a bigger budget. It's like you can see like the entire
Modern technologies.
palettes and shit like this. Like yeah, they actually use CGI.
But overall, I would say like big CGI set pieces like that. It didn't detract too much. I didn't really notice it either, so could have
Yeah,
just
it's
been
just
my
like
quality on
it's
my end. But yeah,
like,
it was all right. It was decent.
Yeah.
It was good enough. All right. Finally, probably like the one big part of this film that they really like to emphasize the music.
The music.
They got a whole bunch of like they took what was from the original. And it was more like it was
The
kind of
90s
more
references.
cinematic.
Or the
90s
80s
references, that's right. And 80s, yeah, that's right. And the music that they used was very it was like a mix of like actually both films did the same thing where if you had like a theme or like character you wanted to emphasize, you'd use specific music to like reflect that. And between different set pieces as well. But I feel like what this film brings is just like they turned the 90s or the 80s. I said they
80s.
turned the 80s into the noughties, into the
The
present. What was
2010s.
the hip hop and all that? 2010s.
We're not
got
in the
the
noughties
hip-hop,
anymore,
we got
man.
the-
That was
you know.
20 years ago. Actually,
That's
it's the 2020s, man. What am I fucking talking about?
Oh
Wait,
wait, 2010s.
We're
Yeah.
old.
Actually, and like I'm gonna talk about something completely different here, but like the 80s extended from like the 80s was like
81.
1985 to 1995.
Or is
That's
in
like
the time.
when you talk about the 80s, that's around like the time you would classify something as the 80s
As in like the vibe.
because of like the vibe.
Alright, yeah.
But that's like a whole nother tangent we can talk about it. But yeah, music in this film just like reflected people and places and themes. It was alright, it's decent. And they brought a new like a modern twist.
Yeah.
what a king. What a mighty good
What a
king.
king, what a king. That's
What
I don't
am
know.
I good
But
kid?
yes, very cool music.
Yeah.
All right. What is that?
Let's go.
What is that? Hey,
Spoilers.
All right.
Spoilers.
Well, we're going to talk about some of the jokes in this film.
The funny.
You want
As
to
in-
do cameos first?
Oh, yeah.
Kanye Swiss, that's good. That's good. Rick Ross, Dikembe Mutombo. I'm probably butchering that name. Who's a basketball player? Gladys Knight, Salt and Pepper, and Vogue, DeVito, Morgan Freeman, and John Legend
Morgan
also
Freeman.
appears in the mid-credit scene.
John Legend. I didn't see it.
Cute,
John Legend.
In the
Oh, did you
mid-credits.
know Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall were in this film?
Oh
No
yeah,
way.
Eddie Murphy.
Oh, they played Clarence and Morris. Murphy and Arsenio Hall are in this film. They played Soul and Reverend Brown, respectively. Oh, did you know Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall was in this film? They played Randy Watson and Barbara Naruto.
Randy Watson.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. All right, I guess we're getting into the nitty gritty of
Extended
it.
rant. Now, timestamp. Here, final verdict.
Yes, we'll put that at the start of spoiler zone.
I am supposed to do that.
So, yeah, well, we're in here already. So how about some jokes?
Was it funny,
The film
Jack?
starts off okay. It starts off okay.
True. And then it falls to shit.
The moment they introduce the sun. The moment they introduce the sun.
My son is a gun.
The sun
I
is a
gave
gun.
birth to him at the forge nearby.
A boy is a gun.
Hey,
Yes. Um, is there any particular jokes in this film that didn't quite hit?
Alright, I'm
Or
gonna
perhaps
think
really
of
hit?
examples of retreading jokes. Do you
no.
remember the scene? I don't know. It's towards the back end of the film where Sun meets the girl from the other nation that he has to marry, and they
yeah,
do the exact same joke of the whatever you want thing.
yeah.
It's like
It's supposed to be a
they're
reference
trying to
back.
do it as an homage, but it comes off as just copying the same joke. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But
I
they
guess
actually
so.
had a good reference to like before when the scene he's hopping and barking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't just repeating a joke. That was like a continuation of the joke. The other one, but he's a copy of the joke.
Yep.
But he
Yeah.
talked about movies though.
You can't get all things in the sequel. Sequel's gonna disappoint you somehow a little bit, bro.
Although Terminator 2 was good.
Because Terminator 2, they
It's
had a
entirely
story to
different.
tell. They
Yeah.
actually had
Yeah.
reason. The only reason for this one, I assume it's just money.
Yep.
Like, we'll
Just
fund
Or maybe Eddie
money grab.
Murphy's like, hey,
you
let's
know,
do this.
Amazon got the
Aha, no wonder why it's on
Well, that's
Amazon.
apparently what he said.
What did he say?
What other things I read about?
You wrote
Okay, tell you what, I'm just gonna look up a plot.
easy.
We can go through it.
Well,
Oh,
we're
while I'm
gonna.
looking for that, I want to say Izzy's character probably one of like the better characters, except that the writing didn't do him justice at the end. Like
He
we're
was
going to
just
talk about this as well. You
evil
wanted to talk
general
about spoilers,
man. But he
Yeah.
funny. Because he
He's
wanted
funny,
to
that's right.
kill King.
Great acting. Yeah. He
King,
had like
what's
a
his
funny,
name?
cool dance and everything.
Yeah.
But then the writing, nothing for a resolution.
Oh yeah, they didn't explain how it ended. How the
Yeah,
conflict
it was just
ended.
like we will do things diplomatically from now on, and he was like, "Well, okay,
Okay.
I give up, right?" And then shit happens. Like actually, shit happens. We don't see what happens. For all we know, shit did happen.
Yeah.
He could have taken a shit, and he was just like, "Oh shit, now I gotta act up for these guys."
Speaking of which, the conflict for Mr. King and between the king and General Izzy. So the thing is like, Mr. Izzy's gonna kill the king if he doesn't marry his daughter. If one of his sons don't marry his daughter. And by
yeah.
sons I mean
Hello?
one son, bastard son.
Yeah.
Hello, Jack. Welcome
Hello.
back.
You've been frozen.
Sorry, I got
then your
disconnected. I
camera-
have no idea what anyone said.
We were just talking about
Just talk about
Izzy.
Izzy.
I
So
might have to restart my internet, honestly. Can we just pause the
Yeah.
conversation here and I'll be
Alright.
back?
okay,
At the start of this, at the start of the review, we're gonna have to like put up some words saying, "Sorry for all the cuts, internet
Yeah.
issues, NBN, Fox Gomo,
good old
whatever."
Indian.
Yeah. What happened was Wi-Fi the ass.
Oh fuck! Almost stabbed myself again. Did I stab myself? Might have. Okay.
I crushed my finger against a brick wall.
A brick wall.
Kind of lightly. Yeah. Oh, dude. Okay. Let me turn my camera this way.
Yeah.
Can you see the snare drum?
I
Hello.
think I do see a snare drum.
Yes, snare drum.
Very nice, man. Oh, actually, wait a sec.
Can you give me a rundown of what you said about some character or something?
Oh, we are just talking about Izzy and how he's kind of funny, but like the writing doesn't do much with him. Very snare. Easy. General Easy.
Oh, the other guy.
The general
The
man.
one played by
By Blade.
Wesley Snipes. Yeah, I liked him. He's funny.
Yeah, very nice, mate.
My sister be doing percussion, so got a snare drum now.
Are you still recording?
Yeah.
All right.
going
So,
back.
as you guys are talking about, oh yeah. Sorry.
Okay, I was previously talking about how the story initially revolved around how King. No, I forgot his name. King who? King is
Akeem.
getting. King Akeem is gonna get killed if he doesn't get one of his kids to marry with Izzy's kids. And that's what started the whole debacle. The whole saga of getting the bastard son out. And without that, would be that story contradicts the messaging of the first movie. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And then at the end, they kind of just say you can marry whoever you want again.
We already need that. Fucking.
So it's like redundant, yeah.
Oh, remember. So guys gonna have to remind me. What did they do about the storyline of the daughters wanted to become queen?
They did nothing, but
Are you
the big
fucking serious?
sister did the diplomatic talks with General Izzy that didn't get showed.
No. And then at the end, in the end scene, King Akeem said to her daughter that she will rule as the queen, and that his son will go back to America as an ambassador.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
The
so they did fix it.
daughter will rule.
Okay, that's fine. To be honest, yeah.
I guess the story was
If
like
she
King
became
Akeem
queen at the end,
forgot.
she was also pretty sidelined in the film.
Yeah, she didn't do much.
You got more attention on the son, so like, don't get me wrong, she should be queen, but I just like don't know who she is really, because it doesn't really do focus on.
There's like multiple conflicts in this movie, but like none of them got resolved
And then get
nicely.
resolved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was okay with Akeem's daughter and her conflict with I forgot the character's name.
General.
Lavelle.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, the Vel.
Lavelle.
Akeem's son.
Mr.
He was like,
Prince.
I'll help you get that lion whisker. I'll help you. I'll help you become king. A prince, I mean. I'll help you become prince. We're good buddies now. We
Yeah.
wink at each other when we see each other. I'm becoming a prince. And then, I don't know, just ends with, well, you're queen anyways, whatever. He's going to America back. He's going back to America.
Very nice.
But is it like development of? Is it really about her character, or is it about her aiding that guy? Like, does she feel like
Honest-
her own character or just a plot device to help
Either
that guy?
way, yeah.
I feel like there was some character, but more like the
There's
director's
some,
puppet.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay.
That's how it be.
I will finish this off. I'll finish it off now in case you got some really like urgent stuff to talk about this film because we could go on for ages, honestly.
Yeah.
But I will say
We
one
need to
thing.
like break down every single joke in the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is Samuel L. Jackson did not come back in this film
Yeah, he did not.
due to
That's it.
scheduling
That's it. I'm done with this film.
scheduling conflicts. He was busy and
Oh,
decided,
really?
yeah,
So he was initially casted.
initially casted, confirmed
Uh,
not to be rehired due to scheduling conflicts, and then Murphy said if Jackson had been available for the cameo, his character would be again featured robbing the McDowell's restaurant.
oh yeah.
Maybe it
So,
should also kind of be a rehash of the old joke.
mhm.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
honestly,
so Murphy said, you go first.
I was just gonna say Samuel L. Jackson. If it was Akeem fighting him in the helping save the McDowell's from him in the first film, what happens with the second film? Does he come on as uh, like a refugee from America going to Africa and then stealing from a McDowell's, and then the son's gonna come in and say, "Hey, you can't steal from a McDowell's, man." And it's like, "Oh, hey, I recognize you, Samuel Jackson, right?" And, oh, yeah, you're that up and comer, Jermaine Fowler. Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hell,
Diplomatic,
Yeah.
just like the
diplomatic.
film,
Oh, yeah.
just like what happened in the film. But you're going.
Yeah. Murphy said there could be a possible sequel coming out in 16 years.
16 years.
But I don't want a sequel. Why do they feel the need to keep making sequels?
Because it's a funny joke.
It's
Yeah.
like MCU, but spread out over a million years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The coming to America's trilogy, saga, universe. I don't know.
Universe.
In any case, we've gone on about this film for too long. We gave him more time than he probably deserved. So we're just gonna give our final verdicts now. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Right?
Hell yeah! All right, as always, starting from the far. Oh,
Now I can talk about it in the verdicts.
all right. Let's go, Dio. All right.
Yeah! Funny movie, eh? But not as funny as the first one. Something I want to mention. The change within King Akeem is not unwarranted, as he is now a political leader of a country, and he has to make sacrifices. So, I don't hate him that much. But hey, 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. All right, Jack. Let's go.
This film is a bland, unnecessary attempt at a sequel, filled with just a repeat of the same plotline, a lot of the same jokes. Though I think the shitty new characters that I don't like, but it's saving grace that makes the film at least watchable. I'd say is the old cast returning and all that great chemistry and stuff. Some good jokes, and that's about it. So it's not a terrible movie. It's not a good movie. I think this is a 5 out of 10 for me, an average film. Oh, and I think that the first film is around an 8, just to set some context.
Yeah.
Would you like to give a take on what you think the first film would have been, Dio?
I'd say around the same. 8-ish.
Around the same, eh?
Yeah.
8ish. I mean, who am I to give my own opinions on this show, right? Sunday special. First film 8, second film probably a 5.5 right in the middle. So for the second film, that is a combined average of 5.5.
Hey, that's the IMDb score.
Hey.
That's right. How crazy, right? It's madness. It's like we rerun the website or something.
Yeah,
So
bit
yeah,
above
Not
average.
sponsored, alright?
not sponsored. Get IMDb Pro.
Unlike this film, which was sponsored by Spotify. That's something I remember because they clearly showed the Spotify thing. Remember that
Some
bit?
Oh, yeah,
guy called
Spotify.
Peter.
Yeah.
Peter
But
Griffin.
yeah, that is the review. Thank you all for watching up to the end. Make sure that if you like the video, you like the video. If you don't like the video, you like the video anyways. And if
That's
you
right.
really like the video, subscribe. And if you really liked it, do us a favor by hitting that notification bell. Don't miss a single episode, boys. Hell
And
yeah,
if you
boys.
absolutely like this review, we will make a sequel 30 years later that'll be definitely not as good as this, and we'll recycle the same jokes.
Wonderful,
Damn.
wonderful. We're all gonna
Oh,
be pretty
also,
old.
minor channel announcement, I guess. We might be introducing like short reviews from like maybe individuals of us, maybe like 2 at a time sometimes. Just like short 1 to 2 minute reviews of stuff we watched that I don't know seem like it's worth a quick review.
Yep.
Cool. All right. We'll see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.